I'm rolling, so you can let it rip, Mike. Break the news.
Breaking news right now. LeBron James has committed to play for the Brooklyn Nets.
Trolling. He's trolling.
Nah, that's not it. But, okay, so let's be honest. So what happened tonight on Twitter? Tonight is Monday, May 16th. Something very interesting is going on right now on Twitter. LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, opened up his Twitter app and typed Q&A, folks, with 3 question marks. SB Nation, the venerable sports blogging site, asked him if you had to choose one teammate, past or present, in a 2v2 game to play against MJ and Scottie Pippen, who are you choosing? Here's what LeBron had to say. Kobe, KD, or Kyrie. Let me ask you, Brian.
Don't quiz me too hard, Mike.
Let me ask you. 2 of those guys play on the same team. Do I have that correct?
What do you?
Kyrie and Kevin Durant currently play.
Wait. Let's go all the way back. Mike's been talking about this for long, and you're going to want credit. I know you're going to want your credit. So start laying the groundwork.
Okay, so here's been the conspiracy. I've been saying this for more than a year now, and I've been thinking it for ever since I was been born. Which is it all is foundational if you understand LeBron. Map out LeBron's career. Okay, what he's done and where he's gone in the NBA. Started in Cleveland, not his choosing, but he was drafted by the team. Then goes to Miami and plays with the Super Friends, the Heatles, Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. Okay, he goes back to Cleveland. Homecoming, wins a championship. Well, of course he went to Miami. Then he decides, I'm going to go to L.A. My son's going to go to high school there. Everything's going to be great. My family will expand my media empire, which he's done. Way to go, LeBron, future Brooklyn Net. But there's one other puzzle piece to sort of the masterpiece of LeBron's career. He makes all these moves very strategically. Right. And he, at one time, it seemed like before he went to Miami, it seemed like he was going to go to the New York Knicks. And of course, the Knicks were horrible. They completely tanked to make up all the salary cap space possible to sign LeBron and another max free agent. Famously, James Dolan was the guy giving the pitch to LeBron to come for him to come to the Knicks. Apparently also reportedly handed out CDs. His band's CD to LeBron and others.
JD and the Straight Shot. Mike, put some respect on that name.
Certainly the best musician NBA owner. I think he's the best. Anyway, so LeBron is always very strategic. Of course he is. He's going to be a billionaire at some point in his life, of where he goes and where he positions himself. So I've thought for a long time that he was going to go to New York, play for the Knicks or Nets at the end of his career, unless if he truly wanted to play with Bronny James, and who knows if Bronny's like really draft. He said that he wants to, play with Bronny, and I believe him. I don't know how good Bronny James is. Is he draftable? Of course, if LeBron says I will play with my son, I will go to whatever team that does that. He would maybe play in Oklahoma City, and Oklahoma City would be very smart to draft Bronny 10 overall or something. But he has missed that New York City, the Mecca-ish piece of his career.
Barclays Center, very Mecca-ish.
Mecca-ish. Now, as I've had this previous take for a year, folks, the arc of time has bent towards my take because here's what's been happening. The Lakers did not make the playoffs. I don't know if you knew that. They fired Frank Vogel in a very embarrassing fashion. It seems like Jeannie Buss is being advised by her ex-fiance, Phil Jackson, her best friend's husband, Kirk Rambis, and Magic Johnson, who she fired at one point. And Rob Pelinka is still there, I think. I think he is. It was reported by Bill Plaschke. It wasn't really reported. He said it on his show, but he said he heard a rumor that Phil wants to trade LeBron. How exciting is that? LeBron hears that. And if you don't know LeBron's history with Phil called when LeBron was when Phil was running the Knicks, Phil made a posse comment involving LeBron and his friends, Maverick Carter, Rich Paul, people like that. He called those people a posse, which has a certain connotation to it, which isn't very uplifting. I will say that. So LeBron and Phil have always had a very tense relationship. LeBron himself went back at Phil about that. LeBron hears all this, these trade rumors. LeBron is not a guy that gets traded. He decides where he wants to go. LeBron is currently sitting at how many championships? 4? I think he has 4.
Yeah.
We know that he wants to be the greatest player of all time. And I think the only way that's ever going to happen is if he matches MJ's 6. He's not winning a championship with the Lakers. They are saddled with Russell Westbrook. As great as Anthony Davis is, he is unreliable because of injuries. And the rest of that team is a complete dumpster fire. Well, Brooklyn isn't that much higher than a dumpster fire.
What does it take?
It's at least a barge fire.
Yeah. Ooh, a barge. What does it take to get it done, Mike? Let's talk brass tacks. What does it take to get the damn deal did?
Ben Simmons and Joe Harris.
Is that it? That's all? Right.
And actually, the Lakers would have to send back salary if it's Ben Simmons and Joe Harris for LeBron.
Okay.
It's pretty easy. Now, Ben Simmons, clutch client. LeBron, obviously, basically runs clutch. So there's some difficulties to figure out. But if you're Ben Simmons, you're like, I was in Brooklyn. I can just leave Brooklyn. I have no dedication to the team. And go to L.A. That's where he wants to be. He wants to be in L.A. He can be the new leader of the Lakers. Him and Anthony Davis can form this young duo. And for the Nets, would LeBron James help the Brooklyn Nets?
Mike,
so.
It's a great take, and I think we should that's it. You know, that was a perfect take. A one-take snake. That's what I call you, Mike. Well, that was a YouTube.
Is this a cool move?
That was a Glue Guys Mini coming at you. What was that? I don't know. What
glue stick.
That was a glue stick. Come on.
Glue stick.
Thanks, everybody.